Brr. It's a cold one this morning, boys. The old thermometer said -5 degrees here this morning. We're gonna do a little maintenance to our green card here this morning. We got a few bolts to tighten up. Some of these hoop here, some of them twist a little bit, some of them don't. There's just a bolt on each end. And this camera that I have in the green tank quit working on us halfway through the year, so I'm going to take it down and see if we can figure out what's wrong with it. Maybe we'll look for a replacement. Grease stuff, little things like that. Well, this has proven to be a little bit of a challenge, mostly because I've had to climb up and down here about 4 times. That's okay. So on that side, we have a 9/16 nut on the inside and a T45 Torx on the outside. This side, it's 9/16 head on both sides, nut and the bolt. So I didn't realize that. And then I needed a pair of side cut pliers to get that camera cable undone. Last thing I want to do is tighten up these brackets that hold these cables. Yeah, we just climbed to the door. Never mind the dirt back here. They're not super tight, but they're tighter than they were. I think either the cables have stretched a little bit or this whole back piece that it's sitting on is bent down a little, or bent in, and so harder to get them tight, but we're gonna call that good. I went around that seal on that auger boot there, swivel, and I pushed it back on as best as I can. I don't know that it's gonna stay. It's not right. In order to get it in there correctly, you actually have to take that whole end off, put the seal on, and then slide it on the tube so that it's pushed in there correctly. But I don't really feel like doing that, so we're not going to. That is what it is. So we're gonna go around and hit all the grease zerks. We use HD lithium grease on this, and then I'll pump a few tubes into the auto luber, and yeah, we should be about done here. These tracks have quite a few grease zerks on them. Hold it. There are 8 on each track that we have to hit with the grease gun. The auto luber lubes all of the center stuff, just not the hubs. And I don't really know how much to put in there, but you can see we got a grease hose there, and there's a couple other ones that kind of grease all of those components. So all we have to do is go hit all the ones on the hubs. These ones are kind of hidden if you got one of these carts. Don't forget the grease zerks underneath where your drawbar pivots are. Oh, I guess it's coming out up there in the front. So the whole drawbar attaches right here, and then that kind of pivots, and there's some rubber cushions there. But yeah, there's a grease zerk there. So this is the auto luber. This is what pumps grease to the tracks. It runs for a minute every hour or something like that, and keeps those components lubricated all the time so that you don't have to grease them. But you got to fill it. I don't know if there's a better way of doing it or not, but automatic grease gun's better than a hand grease gun, right? So we just kind of hit the trigger lock and set her there and let her pump a couple tubes of grease in. I just saw there's one more grease zerk on the top in there I got to get, and then there's one on this that I can't get on because I need to pull that in, and there's one on the end down there. I need to center that. I need to get it pushed back, rotated, and pulled in, and then I can finish those two. And then that's all the grease zerks. Where'd we leave off on this one? It's been a while since I filmed anything. Clean off the camera. I'm checking out my cameras. So that one camera that I keep inside the tank so I can see the back of the cart isn't working. That's this one. I unplugged the cable from it, and I took the one from the camera on the back of the cart that I know works, and I plugged it into this other one. We're going to see if it's the camera that's bad or a cable that's bad. Aha! It's the cable, not the camera. Okay. So then the question becomes, is it that long cable that goes all the way up to the front, or this little short one that connects to the camera? Let's find out. So this is the camera, and this cable, I unplugged it from here and plugged it into that camera, and it worked, and that was plugged into here. So I disconnected that, put the original cable back on into this camera, hooked up to a known good cable, And we'll go test that. If it still works, then we know that this cable is bad. If it doesn't work, then this cable is bad. We've got no picture. It's recognizing that there's a camera hooked up, because if it didn't, it would be blue, like this. But there's no picture, so that short cable is bad. I don't have the other one hooked up. So, I need to see if I can buy one of those. It's probably a $100 cable, because, well, everything from that company is stupid expensive. I was wrong. It's only $39. Still. And they won't let me use my coupon because it's not $50, and that's the minimum for their coupon code that they have right on their website, right there. $39 plus the $18 shipping and handling. Ridiculous. Makes it a $57 cable. But that's cheaper than buying a new camera or a new camera system, and I already have this one, so we're just gonna put that there for now. So I bought these, when we bought this grain cart, I was looking for a good camera system to use for backup camera and stuff, and we had run the Voyager cameras in the past, and they're fine, but they're not the clearest picture. You can't always see real good, and so I was trying to find something that was a little bit better, would have a really nice, clean, clear picture, HD. And I had always heard good things about these ag cams, like they were really good cameras. And they are super durable, rugged, you know, you're not gonna break the camera. Apparently the cables you can break, but the cameras are, you know, they're great. But they aren't that much better of a picture, and they're definitely not worth the premium. Those cameras are, I mean, I paid over $1,500 for 2 cameras and the monitor. And you can buy better ones off of Amazon with cleaner pictures for $200. Now they're not as durable, but so what? Replace the camera and be done with it. Yeah. Anyway, I won't do that again, but now we've got the system. I might as well keep it working. So I think we're done with the grain cart. I'm gonna see if we got room to stick it in the barn out here. We're probably gonna try and unhook it where the combine sits now, but I don't really want to bring the combine in the shop just yet. I would rather put the bean head in there so we can get that cleaned up and put away, and then bring the combine in next week. We'll see how this goes here. But anyway, I want to see if we can just pull this straight in. I don't know if we got enough room to get it in between the tractors and the planters or not. Will the 8RX fit in there between that planter tongue and that tractor? Be pretty close. Be pretty close. We're going to try it. We're going to try it. All right, well, after a brief stoppage, my John Deere dealer salesman and a couple guys stopped out to chat for a while. We didn't buy anything. They were just stopping to see. Oh, they're there, right there. Anyway, we're going to take this out and see if we can get it put in the barn. Well, I made it in here. That's as far as we're going to get, though, because that track is about to hit planter tongue. We'll make sure we're inside the door, and I don't really want that 7520 blocked in, so we'll see. We're definitely in the door. Can we get out there? It's gonna be tight, but we might make it out of there. Good enough. We'll back it out if we have to. Guess I should have tried harder to get the tractors over out of the way. And I could have gained another 10 or 15 feet. That's all right. Good enough. I'm letting the def pump evacuate the def lines on the tractor so I can hit the battery disconnect, because it might sit here for, well, probably. I want to get this out next week, so it probably won't sit here that long, but we're going to hit the disconnect anyway. Well, we'll get our floor cleaned up. I need to go find a bigger shovel or a snow scraper or something bigger than this, but that's what I got right now. Yeah, the floor will finish drying up here now that we got that cart out of here. That track was sitting right on top of our drain, had it completely covered, but water still was able to get under the treads. So, well, we got it reasonably cleaned up in here. I thought about washing the floor off, but then I thought I'm just going to bring something else in here and make it dirty again. So do I really need to wash it with water? We'll just let her dry out. I scooped everything up, put it in the wheelbarrow over there. We're good to go. So, all right, it is 5 o'clock on a Friday night in December when it's 5 degrees outside. I'm going home. So thanks for watching. It is probably, I'm probably not going to make a video tomorrow or over the weekend because I don't know what I'm doing. But we're going to we're going to get a combine in here at some point next week. It might not happen on Monday. Our 9R needs to go to the John Deere dealers, so at some point next week we're going to try and get that done. But yeah, we're going to get that combine in here, and I don't know, maybe we'll run some other stuff through here first. I'd love to get the bean head through here and cleaned up a little bit before we put it away, but I don't know if I can get to the bean head right now. There might have a snow pile in front of it, so we'll see. But anyway, thanks for watching. Have a great night. Go Bucks tomorrow, Big Ten championship game. Let's win one. I care much less about this game than I did about the one last weekend. So if they win, fantastic. If they don't, this is what it is. Good for Indiana. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we'll see you guys next week. Have a great weekend.